The books between these two, it was actually a very quick one. It was Paulo Vitor, Damo da Rosa taking game number 1. Sounds like things just came together for him with his Jeskai Fires list. On the other side of the table, Miguel is running Jund Sacrifice. Miguel, really a player to watch at this point. He qualified for 2 Mythic championships the hard way. Going through on Arena, starting off, becoming Mythic, getting to the qualifier weekend, and then finishing top 16 in 2 of those in 1 year. It's really tough to do.
Oh, absolutely. Paulo's a name that you almost certainly know already if you watch any Magic, and Miguel, I think, is going to be a name that you will know, given his results over the past year. Excellent finishes in a number of very tough fields, including this one, where he is still possibly going to get this.
That's right. Now, he does find himself down a game against Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa, and his chances of winning have gone down pretty significantly here. He is on a mulligan, and his hand is not great. He's got Trail of Crumbs. There's a Thrashing Brontodon. That might help a little. But he doesn't really have a whole lot going on to enact his own game plan. He's going to be kind of at the mercy of what Paulo's doing.
Yeah, Paulo,
The good news for him is that Paulo is out of lands.
Yeah, he did just find Fire's Invention, so he just needs 2 more land, period. And he will be able to, well, actually 3 more land, now that I think about it, because the rest of his hand is all 5s. Doesn't have any shimmers or anything like that.
Yep, so he's going to start off by firing Stomp off at Miguel. But it's not often you see a hand like the one that Miguel has and you think, you're probably in pretty good shape. Yeah, there's another 4-drop, although not the worst. It would have been much better to be a land, but now he could go Fires into Sphinx and then double Cavalier the next turn, and that is how you win with this deck. So this is really a juncture where either Miguel needs to put serious pressure on if he can. He's got some pressure going with the Familiar and the Thrashing Brontodon, but if Paulo Vitor can find land, he could just steal this game.
And the cat came back.
It's a grumpy cat there.
That was not a happy cat, that's for sure.
And Paulo has to decide if he just wants to get his opponent down to 13 or if he'd like to kill the cat. Oftentimes, you actually don't want the Cauldron Familiar in the graveyard.
Right, especially, it gives your opponent a 0-mana way to use their food with Trail of Crumbs. So killing the Cauldron Familiar is actually actively bad for you if your opponent is going to be digging. Does find a land.
Yes.
Very important. He does end up getting the Bone Crusher Giant into play now.
And that's huge for him because that gives him a way to interact with the board, effectively holding back the cat and trading off with the Brontodon. Especially if Miguel offers the trade, Paulo Vitor will be thrilled to take it.
I certainly doubt that will happen simply because not looking for land here.
Jeez.
Miguel has quite a bit already. Does find a second Brontodon, so maybe
now.
Maybe he'll offer the trade now. He does know the majority of Paulo's hand. But, the key is that with that Sphinx of Foresight, if Paulo does find a land, the hand play immediately fires into Sphinx.
Yes, it's
which gives you a 4/4. And Paulo credited Sphinx of Foresight as being the reason he played Jeskai Fires.
Yes.
He said that he felt like the inclusion of that card in the deck.
Oh, it was not a land, but it was Shimmer of Possibility. And that's very likely to find him something here that he'd like.
If it finds him a Temple is the best option. Yep, there's a Temple. Temple means that he is guaranteed the 4th land and has a look for his 5th, which is really what he's going for here.
And there it is, Fabled Passage on top of the library for Paulo. And another land for Miguel. How can he draw so many lands? And all of a sudden, Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa is the one who's very much in the driver's seat here. Now, the Thrashing Brontodon on the battlefield does make things a bit more difficult for Paulo, but with the 5th mana source, he can also just start casting Cavaliers.
Right. That's one of the things about this particular version of Fires compared to some of the 5-color Fire style decks. You can just play your cards.
Yes.
Right now, Fires lets him play a Cavalier immediately, and then he just has the mana to cast his Cavaliers.
And also, of course, we've seen this time and time again, but both the blue and the red Cavaliers have the tendency to find you what you need as they dig through your library. Jeez, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a Kenrith in hand. Wow, that's a lot of mana in hand there for Paulo Vitor.
And worth noting, he does have the Fabled Passage that he's going to be sacrificing potentially at some point, so One of the interesting things about Fires is you don't have to sacrifice the land at any point because you're just playing your spells for free.
Yeah.
But you can. So now if Paulo chooses to, well, if his Fires gets killed, which we expect it will, he will be able to draw that, then sack, and get a red source to be able to play Cavalier Flame.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. He really doesn't want to. He's got double Cavalier Flame on top of his library. At least get one of those into his hand first. Maybe the second one he wouldn't mind.
God.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, we see just the head and the hands from Miguel there as he is absolutely flooded out in a crucial game here against Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa, already down a game. And it looks like he's very likely to be sent to the lower bracket.
Oh, yeah. It's not like this o'clock for Chad.
Oh, yeah.
It is that time. You got to feel for Miguel here. Easily the least experienced between the two. Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa, this is his 15th top finish.
Yeah, it's just outrageous. And Paulo, really, I mean, it's his second top finish in the span of a month and a half. He just made the finals of the Tabletop Mythic Championship in Richmond, where he lost to his practice partner and friend, Ande Strusky.
He came so close to winning that.
I mean, I was talking to Day 9 who said he literally turned off the stream and walked away because it looked like Paulo was going to win. I think it was game 4. and then he sees Twitter. It's like, oh, congratulations to Ande Strusky.
Like, huh?
But Paulo looking to do one better than second place in this tournament.
Yeah, I do the announcements for the tabletop ones where we announce the top 8. And when he came up, I said, has it been a year already? And he goes, yes. Because his consistency at getting a top 8 every year or even sometimes more is remarkable. Seriously incredible. He also, like you, is one of the few 2-time Pro Tour champions.
And yeah, one of my wins came over Paulo in the finals.
Yes.
So he's absolutely in conversation for the best player in the history of the game.
That's right.
There are certainly many who will argue a lot of different things in that conversation, but Paulo is a name that deserves to be on that list. And this game is not necessarily a masterwork of play from him, but definitely his performance here as the single representative of the Jeskai Fires deck is something to be lauded.
You get to see Paulo work through methodically, kind of understanding that his opponent has just simply flooded out, has no lands, or has had too many lands to play. But this is where you'll see the top players really start to narrow down even the most crazy edge case scenarios and try to cut off those lines just in case there's any possible, we're talking now about 3 cards in a row off the top type situations, maybe even more for Miguel.
And I don't even know if that's a thing, because there's Cavalier into Cavalier, or Cavalier into Kenrith, or whatever you want here. Cavalier into Sphinx. Bunch of pumps and hasty flyers coming in.
This should just be game right here, yeah. Because one of them's going to get, or 2 of them will get, especially with Kenrith giving trample as well. So this is going to be game number 2 going to Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa, and that means he's going to win his opening quarterfinal match. A tough loss here for Miguel. He can take solace in the fact that there really wasn't much he could do, at least in this game. But that's probably not going to make him feel a whole lot better.
Never feels good. Never feels good, but it's got to feel good for Paulo, who is already in the upper bracket, advancing in his 15th top 8 here at Mythic 7.
Got to respect
so incredible.
Miguel there. He still mustered a smile. He still extended the hand and said congratulations.